Looking like a crazy fool in that expensive dress. Oh, it was mine on mine. Ooh. Going live. All right, guys. What are we doing here? Where is the market going? I have a level at 375. Do I think it's going to get there? Kind of. I kind of think it's going to get there. Currently up 1,090 right now on the day. I don't want to get caught in a little squeeze up. It looks like it might be starting to fade on to the upside, but I will tell you something, that if we hit this low again, I'm probably going to stop out. If we keep going, I'm going to probably get some put like shorts down here for that extra drop. I have a level at 375. I don't know if it's going to hit that level, but that's what I'm looking for right now. So if it goes to this low, we'll see a nice little crater. I'll buy it back pretty fast. As soon as I hear that it filled me, I will buy it. See if it goes to low and just keeps ripping down. Notice that I'm only buying the short if it gets to this low level because there's more room down, but if it reverses right here, then I won't be in it at all. So that's where I'm playing right now. I'm up 1,090, so we're looking good, baby. That's the only way I would trade anything is if it goes down to this level. I'm getting more and more excited about this futures class because it's just been so consistent lately. Yesterday was pretty wild because, obviously the FOMC, so it wasn't as easy to trade them. But today, these levels were pretty massive, especially on this one right here. I took a nice little swing trade. Where is it? I know it was way more than that. Oh, they were individual, but I ended up profiting about $700 just on this one trade, and then made the rest of my money from that right here. So up basically 1,100 today. I don't know if we're going to start reversing. I have a couple levels on the QQQ if you want me to show you. I really like the 374-ish level. If I go to this hourly chart real quick, look at this level. This is at 375, and then if I look at the daily, looks like we're going to hit that, no problem. It looks like it could engulf this and then hit this level right here, 374.40. So that's really what I'm paying attention to. So if it gets that low of the day and we get some more weakness, that's why I'm holding that short at that low. Not that hasn't hit me yet, but I need to see more volume as it hits me. It's kind of scary that it hasn't gotten it yet, but
Stop filled.
Well, it got me in there. It's always a little scary because there's not enough volume. So I think I'm gonna probably. It's really weak. I'm down a little bit right now. It feels like it's just gonna continue to go down today. There's that 375 level that I really like. I don't like that it's holding this low. It is a little scary. I don't want it to just pop up on me, but it's so weak today. But it is kind of scaring me a little bit. I am down 200 on this trade. I think that maybe I would stop myself out just in case. The buyers are starting to come in here. I might have to stop myself out around this like $300 mark. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Stop is at about $300. Just playing with some profits here. My target goal is always 500 a day, but 1,000 is always better. But if I can continue to make more, this would make a bag. If I can get this to break low of the day, this would make another $400, $500. So I'll take that risk to reward ratio a little bit. I hate that it bounced right at that low where my short was because usually it takes it straight down. but only down 150 right now. Hopefully we can catch some sellers on this candle. If not, it looks like it may bounce at this level. We may have bottomed out, but time will tell here in the next like 35 seconds. Yeah, it looks like we're going to bounce out. Fuck. Yeah, it's getting weaker or stronger down here. Looks like some buyers are or some sellers are exhausted. I'm sure some people are going to come in here. I'm looking at the TTM squeeze right now. Looks like it's getting a little less tired. So could see some buyers step in here in a second. If it doesn't break below, oh yeah, we're out. We're going to get stopped here in 1 second, most likely. Looks like it's starting to fade off a little bit. I could see us retesting this 377 level if we break out here. I might end up going with the momentum to the call side because if buyers step in here above this VWAP line, then I'll definitely take some longs, but it's still kind of turning. It's just very, very slow right now. So my stop loss is 300. I am up 1,000 on the day. I'm basically flat. I'm down like $30. Got a pretty bad fill, but just waiting for that low of the day breaks. If it goes low of the day, we have a strong support line at that 375. So would love to see that break down. Volume is so low. Maybe I should just stop out of this like basically flat. $15 before it gets worse. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna set it right here for $100. Oh, we're green. 40. Let's see it flush here. Let's see a flush. 70. 75, 80. It's not really flushing as much as I want to. There we go. 170, 160. I should have added a couple more for this because I feel like now it's gonna really flush. There it goes. 220, 240. I'm gonna
Order filled.
Taking the 185. Just taking it just because it's right at that 376 level. It may bounce for a second, which it just did right there. So that was a good short. Obviously not a lot of money on that one. So just a little 185 or 175 or 185 profit. So it's up 1275 on the day here. I still love this 375 level. I'm just a little worried to buy at this bottom when it's bouncing at that 376. It's been a very strong level for so long now. So how's NVIDIA doing? That's another thing I was really watching. Oh, wow. She got taken out. Microsoft went to 331. Wow. I was watching those 335 puts on Microsoft so heavy today. I don't really want to know what they are now because I almost bought them. Oh, man. I almost bought these at 120. They're at 480. That really hurts. These were 54 this morning, but I almost bought back into these around like it was around 150 actually. But Qs are holding up now. We're red like $1. So we filled that gap on the daily chart. It's a very big bearish engulfing pattern. I wouldn't even be surprised to see a little bit of a jump up at the end of the day here. Because if we get that jump up at the end of the day, then tomorrow, if we get some sell pressure, it'll break right through this. So I wouldn't even be surprised to see some sort of call buying right here. If there's a lot of volume coming in here, we're starting to form that hammer candle that I love. So I might have to rip a call here. I hate that I keep saying calls. It's longs. My bad. I'll get over that for futures. I've been loving playing these things. It's just been an easy, consistent $1,000 a day for a while. Yesterday I was only up. I actually ended up, after I quit up the stream, it was up 480. I took one quick little scalp after hours, but still. Yesterday was one of the harder days trading futures I've seen in a while. But regardless, things are looking good right now. Kind of looks like it's trying to break out to the upside. I'm going to stay away just for a little here. This thing is moving fast. I mean, this bottom to top here is $40 move. Almost $50 move. That would have been $1,000 a mini. It's crazy. Didn't show up in the lobby, but I looked. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? What does that mean I didn't show up in the lobby? 15.6. I'll probably look for it along over here in a second on the NQ. I feel like we'll probably get a nice little bounce in a day. There's no way it's going to hold up like this. I don't think that we'll just sell off for the next 39 minutes or 49 minutes, but I've been wrong before. Looks like it doesn't want to do that to us, but I could be wrong. I'm looking at the 30-minute. Let me look at the hourly real quick just to see if we look like we're bottoming out or if we're just consolidating for one more move lower. To me, it looks like we're going to just start heading higher a little bit here. 4-hour chart looks terrible. Honestly, we could run down tomorrow. We could gap down pretty easily. Tesla at 257. I love that. Keep going down, man. I would love to see Tesla just fade all the way back down to like 220 or 200. It's going to be pretty tough, but at that point, I'm buying $300 calls long because that'll happen in like a week or two. It'll just explode, as it always does. Coinbase coming back down is also beautiful. I'm really pissed I didn't take this short. I saw this reversal, and I knew it was going to retest this 96. I really wish I would have taken those. Same with Microsoft. Those were two missed opportunities today, but I have been focusing on futures a lot lately, so I take full responsibility for that. ENPH, another dying candle. Wow, 4 hour. That thing looks weak as shit. Look at the weekly here on the Qs. I think we got some blood coming, guys. Look at this rejection, another rejection. I think that tomorrow we'll probably see this 370, 372. At least that 374. That's my initial thought, but I haven't taken a trade just yet, but it looks like we're getting closer and closer to this little movement. At that point, it kind of looks like we're just going to start heading up, but we'll get a nice little tail at the end of the day on the daily chart for the Qs, and then tomorrow we'll probably short that entire thing all the way down. When I'm looking at bounces with time frame in the morning and power hour, in the morning I start with the hourly. Well, I always start with the daily, then I'll start with the hourly, and then I zoom into the 30-minute, 15-minute, and I trade off the 5. So 15-minute I like a lot more, but because the 5 minutes a lot of noise, so is the 1 minute. But 15 minutes you can kind of see some clear setups. But I use the 5 minute for some confirmation if it's a good entry point, then 15-minute to use my patience along with the 30. So I draw my levels off like the hour and daily chart though. We're definitely bouncing. But the reason that I always say that I think that we're bouncing and reversing is because when I see hammer candles, that's almost like always a given. Almost always. I'll take a hammer candle 10 times out of 10, and I'll get stopped out probably like 2 times out of 10. And I'll take that. I can't tell if we're about to reverse or if we're not. 15-minute and the 30-minute both look like reversals, but I've seen these get knocked down before, so could see 378 pretty quickly, honestly. I'm setting a buy limit down here just in case we need to buy some. Things are moving nuts, though, so be careful. Hammer candle on the 5. I've been using the Bollinger, getting used to it. The Bollingers are my favorite. Yeah, hammer candle on the 5 is usually really good. Even the 15-minute, 30-minute, they're all consistent throughout every time frame. It just depends on how long you have with your mental capacity to hold something. For futures, it's almost better to do larger time frames because you can actually see larger setups. Like you can see this bear flag happening on this hourly chart. So when it started getting sold off, I took those trades because I saw like this low was about to break and we just destroyed it, and then it got even more destroyed, and I missed these ones a little bit, but still made a nice little bag today, 1,200. I can't tell which way we're about to go. End of day is getting a little choppy. It's always more fun midday and during the morning, but we are getting a little chop.
Order filled.
I'm gonna keep my stop real small on this one. This is gonna be a quick scalp probably. See if I can get like one little push up to like $50. Oh, almost had it. Oh, red.
Stop filled.
Well, kept the stop small. But I was hoping I could get that push, but it's just testing this. The reason I took that is because I have this trend line. Oh wait, that's not it. This trend line, usually we get these like, once they break through, we get a retest and then a bounce, but it looks like it's coming down a little bit. There's just not a lot of volume out there. That's why it's tough. I just took like a little scalp play. It wasn't anything special. But it looks like we're coming right back down. If it gets back down to like this level, let me look at this on the 15. Yeah, I would say probably like this level. I would probably take some puts for that low of the day test. As of right now, it might just be consolidating to go higher. The 15-minute chart looks like it wants to go higher. But end of day, you can never really tell for sure. A little scary. I really want to see this blast off towards that 378, but there's no volume again in the market. It's not as bad today as it was yesterday. It's about 64 million. We'll probably end around 75, so still slightly short of the volume that we want in the market usually, but not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah. I need some WD-40 for this chair, I think. But we're starting to get that bounce. I feel like that we might get that rip. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go with momentum here.
Order filled.
I'll keep my stop very small again. 1503, I'll do like a very small stop because as soon as I'm on the right side, I'll make like $100 or so if it gets me. This will be about a $100 loss, a little less, about 90.
Stop filled.
All right, guys, this is getting ridiculous. Let's get back 150 bucks, but it's like literally nothing compared to like what I could be making on the upside here, but it's just too choppy. This is why I hate playing the afternoons. I think I'm just gonna talk to Deck and say, I'm just gonna stream the morning ones instead because the late day moves are literally awful. So it's just like kind of wasting my time and everybody else's as well. Especially because every time I come in here, you guys always see that I'm up a lot, and then I just give back some during the chop hours, just trying to trade something. But it's never really worth it in the end of the day, in my opinion. So. Yeah, I would love to do some morning lives, Taylor. I don't know if we're about to go down to that low of the day mark. If we do go low of the day, it's going to capitulate all the way down to that 375. So I would catch a pretty fat trade off that. But as of right now, we're just chopping. I'm staying above 1,000 in profit today unless I see something massive. But so far, nothing. Taking 2 little quick scalps and got stopped out both times at like 60 bucks. Understandable. Do you have any watches? Yeah, I do actually. I have some watches. I have a... Where is she? Wow, Meta got hit today. Honestly, I've been waiting for this Netflix to move a little bit. Let me see what she's doing right now. Netflix is coming back a little bit from earlier today. But it dropped like $90 since their earnings. So I could see this going down to like 410-ish, which is like right here. Maybe a couple more dollars, but I might go long on Netflix. Get some options for a long time out. Let it cook. Honestly, Microsoft as well. Maybe at that like 320-ish level, 325. That'd be a really good one. There's some really good setups, I won't lie. And tomorrow, I'm looking at Meta under 310 because we could fill that gap again to 302, which would be a huge, huge pullback. Hopefully it doesn't gap down, but it would look so fucking good if it did that. Huge gap down. Huge gap on Meta. That's a huge watch. NVIDIA just hit its gap down. I honestly might play those 480 calls for a swing. Although the market looks like shit, so I'm probably going to wait on that because the Qs look like it's probably going to come down below this 480 level. So I feel like I'm going to swing those 480 calls after maybe a day or maybe next week I'll get them. But should be when NVIDIA turns around that it retests that 480 no problem. Got to 474 today, so got pretty close. I ended up getting some call side for that. But there's no action right now, literally no action. So just waiting. Sitting, waiting, and wishing. But there's literally, I don't see anything out of anything on my watch list. I don't see very good opportunities anywhere. I wonder how Target's doing. I haven't looked at that in a while. I still have that January call. 145. Oh, it's starting to trend up a little bit. Got up to 138 today. I love that. We'll get there. We will get there. Can't tell if this is going to go to low of the day or if it's going to bounce. So I'm just going to let this play out for a second. If I see anything, rather than just like scream at you guys and just talk through everything, I'm just going to let you know as soon as I see something. But so far, nothing. I really like that 375 level on the QQQ if we get to that point. I think I'm going to set a couple stops to execute like down here. I got 2 stops where it'll execute me down here because then if we get down to this level, most likely we're going to see some momentum to the downside. So I could get in now, but I don't want to just get in if it's going to chop me out. It looks like that might be the low where the hammer candle on the 5-minute was. So I love that 375 level. I just don't know if it's going to stay and hold up, but we will know right here. Might go one Nah. I keep thinking that maybe I'll see some call side action, but I don't think I can do it. I don't have it in me. It's way too weak. Way too weak. I tried to catch two little scalps and I lost $160, so I'm gonna stay away for now. I'd love to see like a little polar plunge right here. Until it happens, I'm gonna go ghost until I see this happen, just so I can focus up a little bit. Just gonna let me analyze a couple things here, and then if I like this 377 order flow to the downside, I will let you know that I get into them. Just give me 1 second. Now, to me, this looks really, really weak, right? So this is like a nice little curl point. This is a massive bottom, though. So I'd be scared if this double bottomed and bounced. Kind of looks like it had. This is my level, 374, but I also have one at 375, like 10. So you got to be careful this one too. So it wouldn't just completely get decimated, but I feel like it would just see a nice little turnaround. And I'm not executing them until I see at least a pretty close tested low of the day. All right, it might hit me here. Let's see what we got. I was just waiting. I was being patient. I didn't really want to talk about it until you saw it because this is the level that I'm waiting for. So if it stops me here and it bounces, I'm gonna be pissed.
Stop filled.
I don't think it has enough strength. I don't think it has enough strength. Looks like it should. Buy one stop right here. So it'll probably be about 15.64. It'd be about $200. I'd be out. Really want to see this break down. I think I'll manually stop myself at $100, honestly. Damn. Come on, break the low. You got it. You got it. The end of day break. The end of day is just so fucking bad. Every time I get stopped, like every time I take a little small trade, it just chops around.
Stop filled.
Yep. All right, guys. That's it from me. Sorry, at the end of the days are always so bad. I'm gonna try to go live more often in the mornings. It just stops me, and then I just like it's just terrible trading. But I was up 1,200, now up 855. I always give back gains in the afternoon, so I'm just gonna start doing it the mornings. I'll do more educations in the afternoons, but the trading in the afternoon is just so terrible, especially power hour lately. So if I see any strength or volume again, then I'll go back to that. But I gotta wave the white flag for educational purposes in the end of day trading. It's gonna be more morning stuff, but I'm gonna go back to that, and that's about it. So I'm gonna change the times of where I'm streaming. Probably gonna be about that 10 o'clock to 11:30 range instead. So if you guys see that, I'm gonna make that change. And tomorrow I'll see you. I'll hop on tomorrow morning too. It's Friday. I don't really like to trade Fridays, but I feel like we got some great levels to set up. So 10:30 will be the move. But I'm going mornings. I'm putting my foot down. So the end of day trades are literally just trash. So I got to get some real volatility and real movement. So I stopped giving back gains. But all right, guys. Hopefully you guys have a good one. Sorry that that's always the end of day trading like this. But telling deck that's just not happening anymore from 2 to 4. So, all right, guys, if you guys are around tomorrow around 10 o'clock, come check it out because we'll actually see some real trading happening and some real levels set up. So, love you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow.